It's about that time, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for another episode of the Foolish Show podcast. I am your host, F to the Ish Foolish, representing reality music entertainment. We back at it again on this Monday night. Countdown to my birthday, Lord's willing, on Sunday. So we're going to have a great podcast tonight. Hope y'all had a great weekend. Y'all come on in and check in. The live chat is always open. Well, this is where you come if you want some of that soul food. I feed your mind, body, and soul. But that's what it's all about. Y'all come on in. We're going to have another great podcast tonight. Tonight, we're going to talk about attitude. Having a bad attitude than having a good attitude. Sometimes we got to change our attitude. A lot of times we be stuck in our ways, don't want to change. That's me. I don't care. I ain't changing for nobody. That ain't the way to be. Sometimes if you want to get ahead, you got to have the right attitude. If you want to have some blessings, you got to have the right attitude. So you got to have the right attitude and watch how you move. Life is real out here. So sometimes you can close doors and opportunities by having a negative attitude. But that's what we talk about tonight, y'all. Hit that thumbs up button if you're watching on YouTube. The YouTube channel, if you ain't subscribed already, go subscribe to Reality Music Entertainment. We live right now on Kick, Facebook, and YouTube. But tonight's topic, having a bad attitude versus having a good attitude. We're going to get into it. Because having a bad attitude, it's hard for you to get ahead. You can mess up a lot of opportunities, and you can run a lot of good people away from you by having a bad attitude. Just by being a negative person. Never have a smile on your face. Always frowning. Always want to argue. Rolling your eyes. Sucking your teeth. You know how we used to do when you was a kid. So having a good attitude will have a better outcome for you. If you look at things in a positive way, it'll have a better outcome for you. A lot of times we don't really realize how we let our attitude get in the way of a lot of stuff. Our attitude gets in the way because we're so stuck in our ways and people don't want to change. People don't want to change the way they is, how they act, how they talk, how they treat people. Having a bad attitude can come back to bite you. Attitude says a lot about your character, how you present yourself. If you come around always in bad mood, people are going to think you're a bad person. Your attitude reflects a lot. Doom TV says, peace and love. Appreciate you, Doom TV, for checking in. But let's get back to the topic, because we're talking about changing our attitude. Having a good attitude, having a bad attitude. When you walk around having a bad attitude, a lot of times you don't realize it. People might tell you, but you brush it off. People might say, something wrong with you. Why you acting like that? There ain't nothing wrong with me. We be in denial because we stuck in our ways and we don't be wanting to change. It's all about having a good attitude. Starts when you wake up in the morning. Try to be a positive person. Appreciate your blessings. Be happy to be alive. Doom TV says we working. Christian Benson says hi. I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all keep them comments rolling in. Christian Benson says, can I have a N-word pass? No, sir. Not on here. You can't say nigga unless you're a nigga. That's our word. Nah. But back to regular schedule of programming. Having a bad attitude, you can close a lot of doors in your life. You can lose the one you love. You can have somebody that you really care about, and you can run them away by having a bad attitude. You can end your relationship by having a bad attitude. You can lose a lot of friends that was close to you by having a bad attitude. Having a positive attitude gets you further in life. You make people want to be around you more when you have a good spirit about yourself. If you always bringing negative vibes, people going to see you and go the other way. I don't want to deal with, I don't want to be around him. I don't want to be around her. She going to kill my vibe. You don't want to be that person. You want to be that person that lifts people's spirit up, make people laugh, and make them happy. It starts by having a good attitude, being positive about life. We all go through things. You can't let that bring you down where you don't enjoy life. This is not something that we're going to keep experiencing over and over again. You only live once. Then you go to the afterlife. So while you're here, you better enjoy it. Take it one day at a time. Don't be afraid to change. Sometimes change is for the better. Sometimes we be stuck in our way. I ain't changing nothing. I don't care. If you don't like it, I don't care who don't like it. That's not a good way to be. You got to be willing to change for the good. You got to change for the better. I ain't saying change for the worse. I mean change for the better. When you always having a negative attitude, always got a frown on your face, you're going to make people not want to be bothered with you. And if they don't want to be bothered with you, how you going to have a business or anything that you run and it's going to run smoothly if people don't want to be bothered with you? If they don't like the way you present yourself. Now you're taking food out your mouth and food out your table, off your table, food out your kid's mouth because you ain't got a good attitude. Attitude reflects a lot. When a person comes up to you, you're going to see what kind of attitude they got. If you out in public and somebody's just staring at you and sucking their teeth and rolling their eyes, somebody going to feel some type of way. So attitude says a lot. Steer Steppen says, nasty attitude I don't care for. I'm with you. Hold on, y'all. Let me block this fool. Y'all give me 1 minute. I got somebody to block. I gotta block this fool. Putting in nonsense. But back to regular scheduled program. Attitude will take you a long way. The way you present yourself, the way you act, the way you talk to people, the things you say, how you communicate, how you treat the ones around you, how you treat your mama, how you treat your daddy, how you treat your kids. Your attitude says a lot about you. It tells people, it gives you an idea of what kind of person you're dealing with. Because if a person always got a nasty attitude, 9 times out of 10, they're a nasty person. But if you always see somebody that's happy and smiling, even through bad times, they look at life in a different way. You don't always have to be negative. You don't always have to be mad. Of course, we go through stuff. Of course, life gonna make you cry. Of course, you ain't gonna always be up. Sometimes you're gonna be down. But there ain't no reason for you to just wake up every day and walk around with a nasty attitude. Who you mad at, God? How you wake up out of bad man? And you can't be there to be mad at God when he keeps giving you life, when he keeps sparing you and giving you a chance to get right. So I know you ain't mad at God. Who you mad at? What you so mad about? You ain't got no money? Okay. It's millions of people on planet Earth that ain't got no money. You ain't got no car? There's plenty of people around here walking. What you so mad about? What you so hurt about? Why you always got to have that stinking attitude? Why you always got to try to treat people and talk to people that way? And we all know somebody that's like that. And they don't want to change. Now, if you growing up and you like that, we know sometimes as kids you really stubborn. So sometimes you need guidance. But when you get an adult and you're still like that, now you're just being a fool. And you want to be a fool. Ain't nobody making you like that. You don't have to act like that. Ain't nobody putting no gun to your head and telling you to act like that. You decided you want to act the way you act. So when people fall back from you, when people stop dealing with you, don't look around and say, why nobody want to talk to me? Don't play dumb. You done ran everybody away with your nasty attitude, with your nasty ways. They done made everybody run away from you. Nobody want to deal with you. Even your own kinfolk. Even your own kid, even your own kid and your kids barely speak to you. So a lot of times we got to check our attitude. Our attitude reflects a lot. Some of us just walk around with bad attitude. Be mad at people. Always rolling your eyes. Frown on your face. Looking like you disgusted. Meanwhile, ain't nobody did nothing to you. You got to start looking at life in a different way. Every day you wake up, you should be happy because it's a blessing. You ain't in somebody's casket yet, so that's a blessing. You better be happy. You ain't going to judgment day yet. You should be happy. But attitude reflects a lot. It tells you a lot about a person. How they carry themselves and how they act. How they speak. Do they talk down to people? Do you think you're above somebody? See, God will humble you. Just because you got a little something, you can lose that in a second. You can go to prison. Look at all the celebrities that had to get humble. God said, come here. Let me bring you back down to earth. Ain't nobody above the power upstairs. We all human beings. You ain't got no power. We just dust. The Bible says when we die, our body will return to earth and dust. Your soul is what's going to go to the next place. Your soul is what's going to take that journey. So are you walking around here acting crazy and think you better than somebody? You got the wrong attitude. You need to have a positive attitude. Fizz says, the part of the privileged mindset that teens 30 years old have nowadays. They grew up in the greatness of country during the information of age boom. I don't know, Fizz, that went over my head, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna act like I know what you're talking about. You went over my head with that one, bro. But I appreciate the comment, and I appreciate you tuning in. I mean, I throw it up there. I put your comment up, but I don't know what you're talking about. You lost me. But let's get back to the topic. Hold on, let me read this next comment from Fizz. Fizz says, instead of celebrating all the things that we were solved by innovation, they piss and moan about stuff that is just regular day life for the most of us. I don't want to work my entire life. I feel you, Fizz. It's a lot of things I don't want to do. There's a lot of things a lot of us don't want to do, but we got to do it. Because if they, you know, they always told me, if you don't work, you don't eat. If you don't work, you don't work. You shouldn't be complaining. Don't be complaining you hungry or you ain't got nothing if you ain't going to put in no grind. But having a good attitude will work out better for you. You will meet a lot of new people along the way. You'll create bonds and friendships along the way by having a good attitude. Being a good person. That will get you a long way in life because all the connections and friendships that you build. Do y'all understand what I'm trying to tell you? Because a lot of us don't think we have attitude. Ain't nothing wrong with me. I don't know what you're talking about. People just need to leave me alone. It's always everybody else's fault. Nobody want to take ownership of the way they act. They pushed me. They made me act like that. Ain't nobody put no gun to your head. So how did they make you do it? You chose to be that way. Having a nasty attitude won't get you far. It will make people don't want to be around you and don't want to deal with you. Even your own kids and your close friends and family. Then you be looking at everybody else like they in the wrong. They wrong for not wanting to deal with negativity. If you bring in negativity, who wants to deal with that? Of course they should separate themselves from it. If you my peoples, I love you. But if you bring negativity, I can't be around you. I can't sit there and keep with you all day. You're not on the right side of the fence. The same people that if you sit around and keep with them type of people, them the same people that be putting that blade right in your back as soon as you walk away. They'll be talking about you and spreading all your business. The same type of people. Let's go back to the comments. Y'all don't be scared to leave y'all comments. What y'all feel about having good attitudes and bad attitudes? Never be afraid to speak your mind. Fizz says, what has everyone done since the beginning of time? Work their asses off just to provide safety and security for those that I love, that they love. True statement. A lot of people go to their grave working their body down to the bone. But you're doing what's right. So if you die doing what's right, that's a good thing. But everybody deserves to enjoy life. You don't want to work all the time. But it's the choices you make will determine if you have to work all your life. Because if you set yourself up right, you might not have to work all your life. You might have to work half of it. You might be able to enjoy the rest to yourself. But you don't know how long you got. Everybody ain't guaranteed to be old, 60, 70, 80. A lot of people are already gone in their 20s, teenagers. Think about what I'm telling you. Your attitude reflects a lot. It reflects on how you move, what type of person you present yourself to be. If you got a bad attitude, where you think people gonna want to deal with you at? If you come to the table doing business and you have an attitude, a lot of people's not gonna want to deal with you because you're not getting off good vibes. You're not giving off good vibes. You don't make people want to be around you. They want to be away from you. You got to start looking in the mirror if you're that type of person. Having a good attitude will get you further. It will draw people closer to you. It will draw your friends, your children, everybody closer to you by being a good, positive person. Not saying you got to walk around 24/7. Hey. Everybody ain't having 24/7. But you can look at life in a positive way and carry yourself in a positive way. You can control that. And you don't have to have $1 million to walk around with your shoulders held high. If you're happy just to be alive, just to be able to see your kinfolks and to eat and to breathe, that's something to be joyful for. That's a blessing. Fizz says, I have always been impressed with the people with real shitty attitudes that have jobs for 20 years. Everyone in the office knows to avoid them. So that's the kind of people I'm telling you about. Some people just miserable and they stuck in misery. They ain't gonna want to change. If they've been like that 15, 20 years ago, how you gonna change that now? Even though anything is possible with God, but they gotta want that change. Some people so stubborn and stuck in their ways, they don't feel like ain't nothing wrong with me. I ain't gotta change that. I don't know what y'all talking about. It's always the other people's fault. Because they stuck on stupidity. They stuck on being stupid. They don't want to change. You want to walk around and treat people any kind of way and cuss everybody out and cause a commotion. Want people to say, ooh, he crazy. Ooh, she crazy. And there's a lot of more people crazier than you. What if you out somewhere and you acting a fool and somebody crazier than you and get a gun and shoot you dead? Now what? Where did that get you in life? What did you accomplish? But going to an early grave. How did that work out for you? That's not being smart. The older you get, you're supposed to get wiser. You don't want to still make the same stupid mistakes and act the same childish ways you used to. You're not maturing. And if you're not maturing, you're not growing. If you're not growing, then you're not elevating. You're staying in the same place. You're not letting your mind elevate because you're stuck in your ways. Because you want to have a bad attitude. Because you want to be a negative person. You want to sit around and talk about everybody. You want to tell everybody business. You want to tell everybody dirt. You want to throw stones at this house. But when people start throwing them rocks at you, you want to run and hide. Y'all know what kind of people I'm talking about. Main ones that do all this here, but when they come back on them, they like this. They can't take it. Think about what I'm telling you, man. Fizz says it's like, how is such a toxic person still employed? They make the office a nightmare. That's a great point. Because I know somebody out there dealing with that. Sometimes you don't want to go to work because you be like, man, I don't want to deal with Robert today. I don't want to deal with Suzanne today. I ain't got time for Hush today. So I get it. I understand exactly where you're coming from, Fizz. And a lot of more people is dealing with that. You go to work And it's that one person that always had that messed up attitude that just killed the vibe. They can't just come to work, be happy, everybody get along, and go home. They got to be negative. They got to stir up stuff. They got to look at you sideways. They got to go run and tell the boss something and try to stir something up. Then the people that need to look in the mirror. Everybody want to point the finger, but they don't want to look in the mirror. Starts with yourself. You grown. You know what you're doing. As Mama used to tell us, you know right from wrong. Samuel says, yes, the older we get, we should get wiser. That's what I'm talking about, Samuel. Some people not getting that. Some people just stuck on being ignorant. They don't want to hear nothing. They don't want nobody to tell them nothing. Ain't nothing wrong with me. I don't know what you're talking about. Leave me alone. Stay out my business. The truth hurts. And a lot of people don't want to hear the truth. If you tell them the truth and tell them what they're doing, a lot of people cannot accept that. They're going to live in denial. They're going to act like you crazy. And you don't know what you're talking about. They're going to look at you sideways. But having a bad attitude, that ain't it. If you want somebody good to come in your life, and you're a man or a lady, having a bad attitude ain't going to bring you your husband or your wife. It's not going to bring you the love of your life. It's not going to bring you your soulmate. Because you ain't ready for it. God know you ain't ready for it. Why am I going to send you somebody good when you already got a bad attitude? You ain't going to do nothing but mess it up. You ain't going to do nothing but run it away. You ain't going to appreciate the love of your life if God really just sent it to you. Samuel says, and they throw stones at others and hide their hand. That's how I go. They would try to tear somebody else's house down, but they're not going to tell you all the cracks and the holes in their house. They're looking over the fence telling you what's in everybody else's yard, but they're not going to tell you how dirty their yard is. People like that dwell on negativity. They don't like nothing positive. And you all know people that's like that. They wake up every day just mad. Wake up every day starting stuff. Wake up every day gossiping. They get on social media. Every time they post something, it's something negative. They ain't got nothing good to say. Everything they say is a cuss word. Like they ain't got no vocabulary. Do y'all understand what I'm trying to tell you? When you wake up and put that bad energy in the universe, what you think gonna happen? All that bad energy gonna turn back around and come to your front door. You know why? Because the Bible tell you, you're gonna reap what you sow. If you don't know what that means, what goes around comes around. Think about it. Whatever you do, all your bad deeds, sooner or later, will come back to haunt you. Everything that we doing in the dark and we think we getting away with it, one day it's going to come back to bite us. You hear what I say? Us. Me included. I'm just a human being like y'all. I ain't got all the answers and I ain't perfect. But I ain't no fool. I know you cannot leave this world how you came in it. You got to leave this world better than how you came in it. What are we teaching the younger generation by having all these bad and negative attitudes? All they're going to do is soak that up. And that's why you're going to continue to see all this negativity going back and forth on the internet. Everybody keep going live arguing with each other, cussing each other out, and then hang up. What are we going to get by stirring up all this animosity? You know what they're going to turn into? Violence. That's when people start hurting each other because they don't know how to talk. People don't know how to talk stuff out no more. It's always, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to hurt you. Learn how to talk. It don't always have to be violent. What are you gonna kill somebody for? For some words. Words go both ways. How you let somebody's words get you that mad? You want to kill them. Y'all taking it too far. How you gonna be that much of a weak person that you let somebody's words tell you that? It ain't what somebody call you, it's what you answer to. Samuel says they can't handle the truth. They would rather believe the lie over the truth because they don't want to change. Samuel, you just set them off for it. Why do you think they hated Jesus? They wanted Jesus to lie. Every time they asked him, hey, are you the Son of God? They wanted Jesus to say, no, I was lying. I was playing. I was just kidding. And what they did, they beat him and they crucified him. Because he didn't want to lie. Because he told y'all that I'm here to speak the truth. But everybody don't want the truth. If you stuck in your lies, why would you want to hear the truth? Some people stuck in their lies. Samuel says they can't handle the truth. Oh, I already read that, excuse me. But y'all got to think about it. How far do you get by having a bad attitude? If you walk in the door and you walk in there with a bad attitude in that store, you might see the workers approach you with caution. Or they might not even want to say that to you. They might even want to say good evening or good morning. Because how your attitude already is. You might already walk in there looking crazy, mouth like you wide, rolling your eyes, cutting your eyes. Somebody say one thing to you, snapping. How far you think that's going to get you? Would you want to deal with a person that's like that? Would you be best friends with somebody that carry themselves like that? Would you ride with somebody that carry themselves in that manner? Just think about it. Because some days you be in a good mood, you're enjoying life, and here they come around. What you happy for? What's wrong with you? Ain't nothing to be happy for. People like come along and try to steal your joy. All because they ain't in a good space. Or life ain't going how they want it at the moment. Now you want to steal everybody else's joy. You want to kill everybody else's vibe. That's being selfish. You're so wrapped up into yourself, you don't even think about nobody else's happiness. You just so wrapped up into you. You ain't think about what nobody else got going on. You want to spread your negativity toward everybody you come across. Having a bad attitude ain't gonna get you far. Having a bad attitude will get you killed. Will get you in jail. Will get people to turn against you. Will get everybody to talk about you. Because you're giving them something to talk about. You walk around here acting a fool all the time, of course they're going to talk about you. That's how the world works. Samuel says, reap real, reap what we sow indeed. I'm telling you, Samuel, everybody think they be getting away with doing their dirt. Listen, even if your mom and daddy don't catch it, if the police don't catch it, if the feds don't catch it, if the judge don't catch it, let me tell y'all a secret. Guess who's gonna catch it? The one who got all the power. God sees everything. So you think you're getting over on the people on earth. God sitting up there just looking at you, probably shaking his head. That's why everything we do in the dark, it will come to the light. Never think that you're getting over. Just because you ain't pay the consequences right then and there, that don't mean you ain't gonna pay. Sooner or later, we all gotta pay for our actions. Why you on earth is key. remember, you ain't gonna be here forever. We all got an appointment, folks. I ain't talking about with the doctor. I ain't talking about at the DMV. I ain't talking about at the food stamp place. We got an appointment in that upper room. We got an appointment with the Lord. So while you taking life for granted and walk around with your stinking attitude, you keep forgetting that you're going to die. You keep forgetting you don't want to leave the world acting like that. The Bible tells you to repent. So we got to repent for all our sins before we die. Before you go to your appointment, God wants you to wash everything off you. You got to get purified. We all do. If you want to have a chance to go to heaven. So we got a lot to work on. We down here acting a fool with no shame. Spread negativity. And everybody, everybody just keep. What happened when it's going to come a day where it ain't going to be funny? What happened when everything hit the fan? Samuel says, reaping is not an option. It's for certain because it's a response to what you sent out there. So you should try to do better. I got to put this comment up. I love that comment, Samuel. Because at the end of the day, we all should try to do better. Everybody. Because ain't nobody perfect. We all got flaws. We all got some things that we need to work on. Some of us got bad attitudes and more worse attitude than others. It's something in our life that we all need to work on. Ain't nobody no perfect picture. Why do you think God forgives for our sins? Because he knows you're going to sin. But you can't live there. You can't do it all the time. You can't do it every day. He going to forgive you. But God ain't no fool. You won't even forgive your boyfriend or your girlfriend that many times that we tell God we sorry. You have been left them alone. Think about it. If all the time we told God we sorry, imagine your boyfriend or your girlfriend tell you, babe, I'm sorry. Baby, I ain't. Babe, I'm sorry. Babe, I promise. Babe, I promise this time. Babe, this time I promise. I'm sorry. You gonna get tired of that. Think about it. Samuel says they can't handle the truth. They would rather believe the lie over the truth because they don't want to change. Samuel, I love the message tonight, brother. Because that ain't nothing but the truth. Some people stuck on being negative. They don't feel like changing. They don't want to change. They don't want no part of it. They feel like this is me. You got to accept it. I don't care if you like it or not. But meanwhile, you ain't got no friends. Nobody want to be around you. You can't keep a girlfriend or boyfriend. Nobody ain't married you yet. And you wonder why. Because you walk around here with a stinking attitude. You walk around here with your nose tooted in the air like you better than somebody. You got some nerve. And we all know people that's like that. Stuck in their ways and acting like a grouch all the time. Like you Uncle Scrooge. Like you ain't got nothing to be thankful for. Like you ain't just woke up. Like you ain't able to just go eat a hot meal. There's a lot of more people in a lot of worse situations that's happy. So I'm pretty sure we can find something to smile about. But if y'all just tuning in, we live streaming right now on Kick, Facebook, and YouTube. This is the Foolish Show podcast. I give it to you real. Ain't no sugarcoat. Ain't no sugarcoat. Because life is serious. So why play with it? Life ain't no joke. Why we gonna play with it? Why we gonna play with life? When everybody got an expiration date. You run around here acting a fool, acting crazy, having a bad attitude, but you got an expiration date. One day you ain't gonna be walking and running. One day your heart ain't gonna be beat. One day you ain't gonna be able to cuss nobody out. One day you ain't gonna be able to roll your eyes at nobody. Think about what I'm telling you. Having a positive attitude will get you further in life. You gotta humble yourself. Ain't nobody bigger than nobody. Ain't nobody better than nobody. We all gonna eat, sleep, and die. When we get cut, everybody's blood is red. We all God's children. And we all have flaws. We all make mistakes. But you can't always take your burdens out on other people. Take your frustration out on innocent people who ain't did nothing to you. You walk around here with a bad attitude for what? For what reason? Why? What you so mad about? What have you allowed to get under your skin that bad that you refuse to smile? You refuse to just kick back and unwind and enjoy this beautiful earth that God put us on. You rather spend every day in misery. Misery loves company. That's why they try to pull you down with them. The person that's down here will always try to pull on your leg to get you down there. They don't want you to be happy. What are you so happy about? That's how they thinking. Because they ain't happy. Think about it. That's why they say misery loves company. They're going to always try to pull you down and tear you down when you're doing good. They don't like it. But it's better to have a positive attitude in life. A positive attitude will get you further. A positive attitude will get you blessings. A positive attitude will get you real friends. Positive attitude will get people who want to be around you. They want to deal with you. Walk around with that nasty, stinking attitude. You closing a lot of doors. You pushing a lot of people away just because your demeanor on how you carry yourself, how you present yourself. Not nobody want to associate with you. They don't want to even claim you as a friend because they feel like you're crazy or you're mean and hateful. Who you think enjoys being around a person that's like that? Why would someone want to hang around somebody that's like that? They ain't gonna do nothing but pull you down, make you unhappy. Because everything gonna come out their mouth gonna be something negative. You bring up something good, they're gonna say something positive. Negative. Girl, I got a promotion today. Man, F my job. I just bought my new phone. I don't care about no phone. No matter how negative, no matter how positive you try to be, they'll try to kill your vibe. People will try to steal your joy if you let them. If you give them the opportunity. They can never steal mine, but if you're a weak person, people can steal your joy. They can make you unhappy and sit around and be sad all day for some of the words that come out their mouth or how they treat you. Never be afraid to change. You can always work on your attitude. You can always work on being a positive person. You can always work on being more polite, being more courtesy to others, care about other people's feelings. Not just be, I don't care, it's me, I'm stuck in my way. Don't you know God is looking at you? Not only everybody on earth looking at you, but the one who got all the power is looking at you. And look at how you act. Look at how you carry yourself. Always causing a scene, talking loud, cussing and fussing. In and out of jail. And get out with the same attitude. That's called being a fool. You're not learning nothing. Samuel says we gotta give account to God for everything we did with the time, talents, and resources. He gave us what we must be, good stewards. And you can't do that with a bad attitude and an inappropriate mindset. I got to put that one up. Man, I'm telling you, cooking tonight, Samuel, I salute you, brother. You cooking tonight. Because you ain't speaking nothing but the truth. And if truth come my way, it ain't going to hurt me. The truth shall set you free. So I love it, Samuel. And you're absolutely correct, brother. God gave y'all, everybody, a gift. It's how you use it. Some people good with their hands, but they choose to hurt people with their hands instead of build things. Some people can sing. Some people can dance. Some people can do flips. Some people can whistle. It's thousands of talents that people got. But it's on how you use it. What are you doing with the gift that God gave you? And don't be mad at other people because they're using their talents and their gifts. Don't turn into a hater. Because you don't want to do that with your life. Now you don't like them or you envy them. You the one chose to waste your life. You the one chose to throw away your gift. Think about it. God gave everybody the same 24 hours a day when you wake up. What you choose to do with it, that's on you. It ain't nobody else's fault. What you choose to do with your 24 hours every day is on you. Can't nobody make you do nothing if you don't want to do it. Can't nobody make you get off your behind. Can't nobody make you change your attitude. That's something you going to have to want to do. Take a look in the mirror and look at yourself. It's always something we all can work on. But don't be stubborn. Especially when God trying to tell you something. See, when God trying to get your attention, that's a whole other story. Samuel says, for the people, it's easier to be negative and rude. Many people are afraid to show love because they don't have God in their lives or in their hearts. I'm telling you, Samuel, I'm about to give you an apron because you cooking. Samuel is cooking tonight. I love them comments, Samuel. And you're absolutely right, bro. No arguments for me. A lot of people don't get it. Being negative, how far they're going to get you in life. It's better to have a good relationship with God than a bad one, right? It's better to have a good relationship with your parents than a bad one. It's better to have a good relationship at your workplace than a bad one. You don't know who you're dealing with, who you got to fight against. You don't make enemies that you don't even know about because of the way you carry yourself. The way you run your mouth and how you act, you don't rub somebody the wrong way. That's why you can't be stubborn and not want to change your attitude if you got a bad one, if you got a negative one. It's okay to say, man, I've been tripping. Let me tighten up and stop doing this. Ain't that wrong with it? To me, that's smart. Being stuck on stubborn and stupidity, is dumb. Being smart is waking up and say, hey, okay, let me get with the program. Let me stop all this crazy stuff so some good things can come in my life. I can get me some blessings. I can dig myself out this hole. Think about what I'm telling you. Having a stinking attitude ain't gonna get you far in life. You're gonna close a lot of opportunities and a lot of doors because the way you carry yourself, the way you treat people, the way you act, the way you talk, how you present yourself, it's just not in a good way. So why would you think people want to deal with that? Who you think in their right mind gonna want to put up with that? Don't be afraid to change your attitude. Some people just stuck in, oh, this is me. I don't care. If he ain't gonna accept it, then don't deal with me. I don't care. You asking for trouble. Because now you're being hard-headed, and now God got to really knock you on the head. Something going to happen, well, God going to have to shake you up. Because you ain't getting it. You stuck on stupidity, and you ain't trying to listen. Sometimes God got to tear us down and build us back up. He got to humble you to make you listen. Ain't nobody bigger than this world. I don't care how much money you got. Don't nobody run the world. Ain't nobody make this world. Ain't nobody make the heaven and earth and the sky and the sun and the moon. They don't have that much power. So make sure y'all understand how further you will get in life by having a good, positive attitude. And then Rome was smiling at people, speaking, hey, how you doing? Hey, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I hope you're having a great day. Yes, sir. That don't cost $1. We live in a world now where we'll see old people coming and you won't even hold the door for that old lady. You won't say, ma'am, I got it. You'll let that door slam right on that old lady. That's the kind of world we're living in. We don't forget about all the little stuff, all the morals and values you're supposed to have been know about. We don't forget about love. Because everybody's heart is filled with hate nowadays. Always mad. Walk around with a bad attitude. Getting on the internet with all that negative energy. Then when the news come out, something that happened to you, ain't nobody surprised because look at the energy that you put out. It ain't nothing but karma come around full circle. And it will hit you right at your own front door. D Dawkins, I see you. She said 100. But never be afraid, folks. If y'all watching right now, and if you got a bad, stinking, nasty attitude, don't be afraid to work on yourself. Don't be stuck in your ways and stubborn to make God have to really do something to wake you up. I think it's time for you to change. And you'll see a lot of things change in your life for the better. If you give love, it'll find its way back. It might not come back tomorrow. It might not come back right then. But sooner or later, that love will come back to you. And if you don't get it now, you're going to get it later. What do I mean when I say that? If you don't get your love back now, you're going to get it later. You're going to get it when you die. Because maybe you'll get rewarded and be able to go to heaven. There's no bigger reward that you can receive. When you can go somewhere and you can relax for eternity. You can kick back and relax forever. Think about that. So even if that love don't come back right now, it'll find its way back around. If you have a good attitude. If you don't walk around being a negative person all the time. You can't just take your anger out on everybody else. People that ain't did nothing to you. And we all know people that's like that. You might got friends and family members that's like that. Always mean and hateful and rolling their eyes and talking about somebody and doing some kind of dirt. They couldn't do right if you paid them. We all know people that's like that. And if you like that, don't be afraid to look in the mirror. We all got things that we need to work on. If we want to go to heaven, we got to work on a lot. You can have one blemish on you if you want to go to heaven. Think about that. Which means you can't have no dirt on you. You know how much dirt we walking around with? Think about it. Y'all know how hard it is to get into heaven? You got to be almost perfect. Think about how hard that is. We wake up every day and do something wrong. We wake up every day and do something wrong because we cuss, we lie, we steal, fornicate, kill. Keep going down the list. We put other things before God. We put money before God. We put women. We put men before God. We wake up every day doing bad stuff and sinning. What you think our reward going to be? Remember, we all got an appointment. Y'all got an expiration date. I don't know if nobody told you, but you will expire. I can't tell you when. I can't tell you what year. I can't tell you what day. I don't know what day I'm going to expire. I just know it's going to happen. So while you're here, it's best to walk around with a positive attitude. Count your blessings. Get your head out your behind. Get your head out the clouds and come back down to earth. Ain't nobody bigger and better than nobody. Everybody gonna get sick. Everybody gonna go to the bathroom. And everybody gonna leave this world. But it's best to have a positive attitude. When you wake up every day, be happy. Love yourself. If you don't love yourself, how can you love anybody else? If you got all this negative energy and you don't like what you see in the mirror and you so down on yourself, how can you be able to love anybody else around you if you don't love yourself? And most important, if you don't love God, how can you ever move forward in life? Because the devil is always lurking. And you wonder why you're acting crazy, because it's easy for the devil to get a hold of you because you ain't got no God in you. Just think about it. It's easy for the devil to get you when you ain't got no protection. We're supposed to let God be our protection. That's why these people crashing out. The devil get in their ear, they be like, oh yeah, sound good to me. Let me go shoot somebody. Let me kill myself. That's the devil. Love yourself. Love the life that God gave you. We always put here for a reason. You got to serve your purpose. Find out what your purpose is. Or you just here sucking up air. What is the reason for you walking on this earth? What are you bringing to this world? Are you just here bringing negativity? Or you going to do something positive? These are the things we got to ask ourselves. Having a bad attitude will cut a lot of your blessings. You will block a lot of things that's supposed to come your way because you ain't got the right attitude. And God see that you ain't ready for it. You might want something so bad, but God won't give it to you because you ain't ready for it. Because your heart ain't ready for it. Because you ain't changed your heart yet. See, God sees right to your heart. Human beings, we got to put you in an x-ray machine and see how your heart beating and all this. God ain't got to do that. He see right in your heart. What kind of heart we got? Having a positive attitude will get you more blessings. Will bring more positive things in your life and give you more stuff to be joyful and smile about. If you walk around all the time being negative, of course you're going to be mad. Of course you're going to be sad because you ain't got nothing to smile about. Because you're now allowing no joy to come your way. You keep blocking your own blessings. But I appreciate y'all, man. We're going to wrap this podcast up. I appreciate everybody that checked in the live chat tonight. Make sure you catch me Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Reality Music Entertainment. This is how I get down, man. I feed y'all soul. Come get some of this soul food. We talk about real life stuff. I don't come on here just gossiping. We got to talk about the truth. Because the truth shall set you free. But y'all stay safe, stay blessed. One love, everybody. I see y'all Wednesday night. This is the Foolish Show Podcast.